Hi everyone, as you saw it in the title, today I'm going to go to a random location and try to make good images. With this video, the goal is to prove to myself and to you, the viewers, that we can make good photography in any location. So the rules are pretty simple. Once I reach the location, I can only shoot in a radius of 500 meters. I only have 1 hour to do the shots, and I will ask ChatGPT to find a location that's located 30 minutes or less away from my place. I don't have much time to do this video, but if this video gets 100 likes, I will do the same challenge with all of Switzerland as potential locations. So I would advise you
to hit the like button
if you want to see more content like this. So let's not blabber too much and let's find the random location with ChatGPT. Okay, now ChatGPT decided that we have to go to Maneg. I have to be extremely careful on how I pronounce that name, because it can be offensive. See you there on the location, and don't forget to subscribe and comment if you are interested to have more content like this. Allez, ciao! Ciao! Alright, so we have now reached Maneg, the random location that was picked by ChatGPT to shoot for 1 hour. So there are not that many people here today, but we'll see what we can do. And as you can see it, the challenge started at 4, so before 5 I would need to come up with great shots. The stairs look nice with this shadow split in a diagonal, but I needed some human presence to make it a better shot in my opinion. I waited for a long time, but no one came up or down the stairs. Someone walked in front of them, but the image is not that great in my opinion. I wasted a lot of time in that spot, and as if that was not enough, as soon as I saw someone walking towards the stairs, I went back to them. I was quite excited because this lady was wearing red, which would match with the background of the stairs, which is some kind of faded red stone. But by the time I reached, I tried to align a composition, but she simply walked outside of it. So it was another waste of time. I then went to this place where there are many trees, with the idea of shooting through them and creating different frames in one image. But once again, it would have required too much time to have a good image. So I just have those people walking with their back facing the camera. I don't think it's that great, but this spot definitely has some potential. I was really obsessed with those stairs, so I decided to go there one more time as it was on our way to the river. And while walking towards the stairs, I noticed that this yellow parking spot against the grey pavement was looking quite good, and I tried to get a shot. Luckily, some guy on a bike rode in front of me while I was shooting, and I think I got the first decent image from that challenge. Then I of course wasted some more time at those freaking stairs, and I noticed a guy carrying beers, so I lined him up with the beers that were sitting on the table to make some kind of a visual joke. I'm not convinced by this shot at all. At this point, I noticed that this location is way less crowded on weekends than it is on weekdays. To do street photography, the thing I'm used to do, so I tried different things, such as those minimalist shots. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, guys, is the importance of the feet when you are a street photographer. As you can see, I'm dressed all in black, because it matches the color of my soul, but also because it's a discreet color when we're doing street photo. Black is very discreet. And then I ruined it with the green. I have green and black everywhere. The flex, the bag, everything. Okay, at least I had a good fit that day, but that didn't help me shooting good pictures. For now, this challenge was not going that well. I needed to do better. That's when I spotted some old Swiss German grandmas sitting on a bench. I told my cameraman to stay far away because I thought that they would complain. And in the end, they were super happy with me taking pictures of them, so I also took some portraits. It's not a very good one, to be honest. As you could see, guys, I was completely wrong. I went with the impression that, oh la la, they will complain if I shoot them and stuff. I approached there, they saw me with my camera, and at some point they even themselves told me, oh, you can take a photo of us. So what I said before, like, oh, the Oxford German grandmas, they will be unhappy. Not at all. Sometimes your own judgments, your own perceptions can really trick you and make you miss shots that you could easily get. I then spotted this statue, so played around there for a while. Then in the same idea as before of not doing only street photography in a place that's maybe not ideal for it, I try to do some more, let's say, abstract shot or impressionist shots by using a low shutter speed. This one is the only one that came out quite okay. Then it was time to go near the water, where I was not very inspired. It was just a strip of water and people riding their bikes alongside of it. Okay, speaking of trying new things, I'm seeing now that a dog walked here and it's wet. It might be something to do like... It's definitely a bit different than what I do usually, a bit more minimalistic. So it's nice to try new things, even if the result can sometimes be disappointing. At this point, I noticed that I was running out of time. It's already 35, as you can see it on my wonderful watch. It's already 35. And honestly, I have nothing. So this challenge also shows how hard it is to shoot good things in a random location. I thought it would be easy to at least come up with a few good images, and for now, honestly, I have nothing. So let's keep going. At this point, I had noticed that I needed to do some easier things, and I just decided to take a normal shot of someone riding a bike. And by luck, this kid decided to ride it without his hand on the handles, which I think is a decent shot that I did. It's nothing spectacular, but it gave a good impression of what this location looked like at that specific moment. I camped there for a bit longer and managed to get this shot of this purple graffiti with the runner wearing yellow. Those two colors are complementary, so the image looks decent. There is nothing crazy that happens on it, but once again, this was kind of the vibe of that day, just people enjoying their days off. Then, as we kept walking along the river, I found this spot where two construction fences were creating some kind of a frame. Sadly, I couldn't wait for too long there, and the only thing I got was this cyclist. I think it would have looked better if someone was driving towards me. But still, I'm quite happy with the framing of this image. At this point, I probably had 15 minutes left, so the river was all that I had left to try to do a good image. And it's probably there that I should have spent more time, because I think that's where I got my best shots of that challenge. The first one is the shot of this woman walking in the grass next to the river with her dog. I kind of like it. It mixes like a landscape shot with some human presence. It's not what I'm used to do, and that's exactly why I'm doing this challenge, is to find some new way of having pleasure doing images that I like. Right after that one, I found those people doing some gymnastics on the side of the river, and I framed that shot, which is honestly a pretty good one, and it looks more like what I usually do, street photography with a nice composition. And we have at the bottom left the main subject, and then at the top right a bike passing by, giving some context to the situation. The image would look a bit too empty without that bike, so I think it's a decent image. It's always more difficult to go close to people when you are in a place that is not very like busy with people, because they will notice you like miles away. So in those cases, it's almost better to have the authorization, like the old ladies gave me before. But the thing is, I don't really like those, like, I don't know, portraits of random people in the street. Those are not images that speak to me. I really like the candidness and the fact that the image is taken like instantaneously, and that the image is made of a moment that's natural, that was already happening before I was there, and that the people are not just posing for the camera. So that's why it's particularly difficult to do images I'm happy with in this setting that we have today. But that's also why I try different things, and I will keep on trying different things for the next, we have like 12 minutes left. Let's see what we can do. And then again, next to the river, I think I took the best shot of this video, which is this shot of a kid leading his mother away from the river, and then different persons that are forming some kind of a triangle. So I think it looks very nice compositionally. Once again, nothing absolutely crazy is happening on this image, but still, I think it gives a good idea of the vibe of that place. And composition-wise, I think it's a strong image. Then while leaving, I saw that kid that was walking towards his family, and once again, I think it's a decent shot, but nothing too crazy. Then it was time to end this challenge. I had only 5 minutes left. I found this gas station that had some nice bubbles painted against the black wall, which was not fully like black, it had some nice texture to it. Let's try something here with the bubble. I think this one with the guy holding the bottle of champagne is kind of a nice visual joke, but the problem is that it's not obvious enough. You need to really look into the image to be able to see the bottle of champagne. So maybe I should have tone it a bit differently, maybe go closer and take only a few bubbles and not the whole wall. There was a way to do something better in this location, I think. The problem is that I didn't have much time. If I had been able to stay there for, let's say, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm sure I would have gotten something nice. But the time constraint made me shoot those images that are quite mid in my opinion. And that was it. The challenge ended with those images. So in the end, this one was my favorite photo taken that day. So now it's time to end the video, but before that, please let me know what was your favorite shot that I did during this challenge and drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.